I'll start by giving you a brief tour of how I have my trading technology set up. So this screen here is the DAX. So it's the mini version of the DAX. So it's five euros a tick. I left click to enter an order, left click on it on the actual order here to delete it. Center click, and it just lines everything up in the middle, recenters everything. Here I have the 5-year futures contract, European, 10-year futures, European, US 50-year bond, the Ultra Bond, UB, and here I have the Micro Mini Dow. Got a couple of charts here, and these are some of the key ones I use. So this top one here is the Gamma trade. So this is the actual trade for that that adaptive moving average trade I was talking about. So this data here exports into an Excel spreadsheet that I'll show you in a moment. This is something else I've been watching. I'm trying to play with a trade here as well. It's Dow. Dow futures contract using standard deviations. So I have green as 4 standard deviations, orange as 3 standard deviations, the grey as 2 standard deviations, and white as a moving average. I look at that for a lot of contracts, and you'd be surprised at how often it kind of touches those points. That's on a 30-minute chart. I mean, look at the touches there. Boom, boom. Same chart on copper, 15 minutes. Same chart on gold, 15 minutes. Look at a nice spike there. That was 2 AM this morning. Then I have this one here is my counter trade. So you see here, I actually got a counter trade last night, just after 2 AM. It just breached. Didn't go very far on the breach. Markets that I trade at the moment are very, very quiet. Trying a similar thing for silver, but it's not the way I trade silver at the moment, but I have the chart there just for reference. Okay. Then my next screen. So this screen has my copper futures. I have an algorithm running in copper that just basically, it's just there for a fast money move. Literally once or twice a year that will blow out, and it's worth thousands of dollars when it does. So I'm constantly working. This is my gold futures. So my counter trades are working all the time, and then I have a couple of other blowout trades that are working as they get near the high or low of the day. Silver futures. I basically pay for the range on them. Pick a range based on yesterday's close. Dow futures. This is a $25 a tick. I'm sorry, this is the $5 a tick Dow, whereas the previous one I showed you was 50 cents a tick. So that's there. With this one, I basically work a strategy that will take yesterday's close, and it will only buy, and it's looking for points on a sell-off for very quick profits. This is the RBOB gasoline. I've mentioned this to you. This contract is super volatile. If you have a look, it's 244 ticks down today. I mean, look at the range. It just keeps going. The range. What's the range today? The range is a low of 158.33. Oh, that's the November contract. We're in December. Give me 1 second. Just changing something else. So a low of 154.17, a high of 157.78. So 361 tick range. $4.20 a tick. That's punchy. This is my screen. This is my dashboard that controls all my algorithms. So anything showing here in purple, it means there's orders working. Anything in white means the algorithm's either not working at the moment or is not working for the day. So for example, this is my adaptive moving average cross, my counter cross. It's not working because it hasn't triggered yet. The moment it triggers, it will go purple and it will trade, and it will show me running with a position. And my next position will be long one. Okay. This shows my audit trail, so it's everything going through. This shows a couple of markets I've watched, just gives me the volume, how it's doing on the day, etc, etc. I like this one because I like to compare silver and gold. It's supposed to move in tangents, so if one's 5% down and the other's only 1% down, it shows me that maybe I should be looking to spread them up. Okay, these are all the algorithms I've got loaded onto my server at the moment. I do have probably about 500 algorithms that I've got built. These are the only ones I'm using at the moment. Then lastly, my last screen is this one. So it shows me all the orders that I'm working via the algorithms. It shows me every order I'm working. So it shows me here, this is how I ladder into the microDAO. Every 400 ticks I buy some more. This is my Excel spreadsheet. So the data from the charts feeds into that Excel spreadsheet. And then what I do is I copy and paste into my algorithms. This shows me how I've done on the day, shows me recent fills. Very quiet today, maybe a couple of $100. Okay, so now on to the adaptive moving average trade. So give me 1 second, let me move this chart over. So this is a chart for the Ultra Bond, 30-minute chart. Okay, so if you notice, I only have the data correct out of the completion of a bar. So this bar's data will not feed through until the bar's complete. So if I go in properties here, you can see I've got 2 adaptive moving averages set. Both in the same settings apart from the AMA periods. So fast moving at 2, slow moving at 30, bar complete, input field is closed. I make my fast one blue, my slow one orange. Just, it's the way I've always done it. So 7 for the fast, 30 for the slow. That's how it does. So I take those. So all I do literally is link to Excel, copy the current value, and then put it in my chart, in my Excel. Paste special. Oh, that's not gonna work because I already had one highlighted. Did I just kill my chart? Oh, you son of a bitch. I just killed my chart. Okay, give me 2 seconds, I gotta rebuild that. So do I have that set? So what will I do? Boom, 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 chart. UB. Change it to 30-minute. Boom, boom, boom. It's running a little slow because I've got the video player running as well. Okay, so properties. No. Indicators. Adaptive moving average. Adaptive moving average. Properties. 230. So that's the slow. Boom, boom, boom. That's the fast. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Now I've got to copy that in. So slow. Issues. I have to kill the algorithm first. I don't want the algorithm being triggered because I had the bad data in. So I killed the algorithm. Okay, so that's there. So now I'm going to take you to the top left. So this is how I launch it. So all I do, adaptive moving average by. I have it built for various products. So on this one, fast, zoom, copy, paste, done, launch. My algorithm started. Okay. So before I forget, I'll put my chart back where it went. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is actually open the algorithm and show you how it's built. Actually, no, I'll talk you through the chart. Sorry. Let's talk you through the chart. So All I want it to do, this one here is a really bad example. Cursor across here. There's a couple of really good examples here. Okay. I'll make it really, really clear. So, the moment it goes below, not equal, below, the moment that bar closes, so that looks as if it could be a sell there. 10:30 on Monday the 14th. Got my records here, Monday the 14th, 10:30. So it triggers at 29. I'm gonna, for the sake of backtasting, I'm gonna say it was 29 offer, 28, 29. I had to sell 28, so I'm looking for 16 as the low. Doesn't make the low. Doesn't make the low. I get stopped out when it goes up here. So I sold 28s and stopped when it trades the average there, which is 02. Gonna be 02. I also want it, so you see here, the orange line is at 119.014. I want it to round worst case. So on when it's stopping out as a sell, if it's 014, I want it to stop out at 02. If it's a buy, I want it to stop out at 01, if that's possible. Okay, I want it to make sure it's gone through my price in order to stop. Okay, so we've been stopped out on that one. So we lose 28 to 01, so we lose 3 ticks. No, 02, so we lose 4 ticks on that one. That's not too bad. Okay, this one here is... No, it's actually 6 ticks, my apologies, because it trades in 30 seconds. This one here, okay, so there, looks to me like it's possibly... I don't know if that's a breach or if this one is. Okay. However, they're the same entry prices, 15, 14. It's triggered there to go long because it's open. It's the bar, the fastest closed above the slow. So it triggers, goes long, goes to market. Let's say it's here. Market's 14, 15. I pay 15. I'm looking for 27. Up to 21 in the next bar. Up to 28 in that bar. Filled. When it's filled, the stop, which would have been here, gets deleted. So it becomes an OCO order. One cancels the other. So if the stop is triggered, the offer is deleted. If the offer's filled, the stop is deleted. Okay? Then, so I think I mentioned to you before, the market is closed for an hour between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. during the week. And then it's closed all weekend. I want it to ignore the state when it starts. Okay, so if the market reopens here after it's been closed, I don't want it to jump in and buy. I want it to wait for the next cross. It acknowledges that blue is above orange. Blue is above orange, blue is above orange, blue is above orange. Blue sinks below orange. Now it gets involved. I want it to take its profit. So on this one, we're in here. So 189.00. So we sell 188.31. Which means our target is 19, low there's 20, filled 19 here, okay, deletes the stop and then sits waiting for the blue to cross back above. Blue crosses back above here, triggers, goes in, okay. Let's ignore the fact that there would have been an hour stop in between there. Okay, I just want it to be the situation that it ignores the state that we're in, just preps. It's prepped for whatever happens, whether the blue cross is higher or the blue cross is lower. It ignores the state when it's switched on. Just that first cross triggers it to go in. Then when it stops out or takes its profit, it's now ready for the next trade, but will delete itself when the market closes at 5 p.m. that day. When the market state changes to close, it deletes itself. Okay. So that's going through the chart quickly. So let's put that chart back up, and now I'll show you how the algorithm's built in ADL. ADL stands for Algo Design Lab. So I have a different algo for the buy and the sell. Just loading it up now. It's taking forever. Okay, this is how ADL looks. I can zoom in, zoom out. Okay, so I start up here with my contract. Okay, that leads off to a jump block. It also pulls from the contract the ask, the bid, the last price, and the minimum price increment, the tick size. The quantity is a user defined, so where to show you the user defined, I switch screen 1 second, boom. Okay, you see here? So whenever I'm setting the algorithm, I can decide to go 2 lots if I wanted. Okay, my profit is also user defined. I've changed it to 12, but if you notice on the original algorithm, it's set to 15. Okay, then here, this is where I input. So the fast and the slow are the manual adds that I add, this thing that I copy across from Excel. And it's taking the profit times the tick size. This is really important for this particular contract because it doesn't trade in 0.1 or 0.5, it trades in 30 seconds. So the information that's coming across from Excel is actually decimalized. So I'll show you that here. Oh shoot. Look. Here. It's actually trading, the buy-ins are actually at 186.04.5, so it converts it from 30 seconds to decimalize, and 186.12 converts it to decimalize. Okay, that's going to be really, really crucial for this particular contract. Okay, then I have the contract, which is pulled down, the offer price, which is pulled down, and the quantity, which is manually set. Okay, and then I have a variable here. So when the fast crosses above the slow, it triggers a generator block and waits 1,000 milliseconds, and then triggers a block which just turns the algorithm on. Okay, I don't know why I did the 1,000 milliseconds there. It just made sense. I wanted to input some time there. One of the guys who helped build ADL just advised me to always have 1,000 millisecond delay there. So then from the fill, it extracts 2 pieces of information: the fill price and how many I got. That becomes crucial once I do more than 1 lot. Okay, because if I'm doing more than 1 lot, I could get filled in 2 separate increments. Not on this one order, because not on this particular algorithm, because this algorithm goes to market, but on an algorithm that is working a resting order, as you'll see with some of my other ones. I want it to work an out for the total amount I got filled, not just the last fill. Okay, and if I didn't have a bucket there, if I had a different, so one of the other things I can have is I could do a value extractor box like this one, which would just pull the last piece of data. So this is just pulling the total amount on this order. So then from there it extracts the price that I'm long, the contract, and how many ticks profit I want to take on it. Remember, it's already done the calculation of decimalization to ticks. It's already did that earlier on when I fed all that in. The fill and the stop fill are then go in, and it goes, okay, so this is working the profit, this is working the stop. So on the stop, it goes, okay, there's my slow, is my stop price, and the fill and the contract, sorry. And then what it does on both of those, it goes, okay, the fill minus the stop is how many I'm working, or the fill minus the profit is how many I'm working. This is the profit, this is the stop. I.e., if I've bought 2 lots and I haven't stopped out on any, it's working 2 lots here on the profit. If I haven't taken any profit, it's also working 2 lots here. So I get 1 profit, I don't get a full fill. So now I've filled on 2, I've got 1 profit, so I'm working 1 stop, and I'm still working 1 on the profit. The moment I get stopped out on the other one, it will pull this. Okay? This algorithm doesn't reset. So basically, when I get filled, it turns itself off. I have another one built for the sell side, which will do exactly the same. What I would like is basically one algorithm I can turn on once a day, and it will just churn all day until the market closes at 5 p.m. Okay. Right. So that is the camera trade. Okay. I'll do another video for the other one in a minute. Okay.